Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Bryce of Life Being Free Ministries, and I've got an interesting topic I want to bring to the table for you guys, and this one is what the real agenda is with AI. And what I want to do today is I want to do a bit of a commentary on three different videos. One is an actual PlayStation game that was released in 2018 called Detroit Become Human, and another one's a few interviews with some AI robotic companies. So as I'm sharing them, you'll probably be aware of them, maybe not, but as I'm sharing this content, I just want to I'm not going to tell you what the agenda is, but I will lay it out there and slowly plant some seeds and let you guys know what my thought pattern is behind them, right? But yeah, I think it's very evident where they're trying to change the perception on AI, specifically the robotic side of things. So yeah, let's just jump into the first video I want to run through, which is this PlayStation game. So right now we're at the start of the game, and I want to start it here simply because it has a very key tagline or element that starts off the game. So I just want to play that for you guys now.
When this sign is displayed, please do not turn off your console. You are now ready to begin Detroit. Remember, this is not just a story. This is our future.
So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind, that tagline. Remember, this is not a story, this is our future. And this game is actually set in 2038. So not really that long ahead of us, to be honest, if you think of it in context, right? Okay, so just before I start the scene, I just want to give a bit of context around the game. So you're playing three AI robotic characters, right? So one is a detective and two are other more like servants. And around this time, there's conflict between the humans and the robots, essentially because the robots are starting to realize that they're essentially in slavery because humans are putting them into all these meaningless tasks and just being servants to humans. And there's a company called CyberLife, which is like becoming was like $1 trillion company, the largest ever in human history that creates all these robotics. And this first scene that I'm going to show you is one of the characters is going into the township, and the humans are starting to protest because of the high employment rate. So yeah, that just give you guys some context on that. So you can hear the protesters in the background. So yeah, you can see like the protest now confronts the robot character. Lots of people dislike the robots because they're taking their jobs away and things like that.
Okay. Hey guys, check it out. We got one of those tin cans here.
Look at this little motherfucker. You steal our jobs, but you can't even stand up.
Yeah, so you get the picture, right? Now, during this time, a lot of the robots are starting to gain consciousness of them actually being able to have critical thinking and empathy and things like that. So they're starting to become awake, and there's a lot of different parallels that I see how these robots are almost like the children of God. Like they're coming out of the world, becoming conscious, and yeah, there's a lot of similarities there. So yeah, you'll probably pick up with as I go on, right? So the next kind of scene I want to show you guys, this one is interesting. As the robots are waking up, they find this, the ones that are awake, they find this safety spot called Jericho. And it's interesting, they always use biblical terms for these kind of things. So let's jump to the scene where this character now finds this safe haven called Jericho.
Who are you?
Okay, so this character has just arrived in this Jericho location. So just keep in mind that only the AI robots can find this location through like a secret code. So that's what kind of the character's gone through the last few scenes. So now he's arrived and he's meeting all the awake robots who are in hiding because they're afraid that the humans are gonna kill them, essentially.
Who are you?
Fugitives. Just like you. My name is Josh.
I'm Simon.
North.
This is Jericho?
It's a refuge for those who don't want to be slaves anymore.
And hiding just...
Yeah, so if you see those like symbols come up, that's like the gameplay, so you can select different options and how you react. So this game has like multiple different endings and things like that, which is quite interesting. But this walkthrough is like kind of the neutral element where you take more of the peaceful approach. So just keep that in mind.
Stay alive, that's freedom to you?
Humans hate us. Hiding is the only way we can survive.
There is no safe place for those like us. If humans knew we were here, they'd kill us.
And you knew that only an android could follow the trail, didn't you?
Only those who are like us can find Jericho.
What I was saying before.
You could decipher the signs because one of us trusted you enough to give you the key.
This is a place where we can be free. Find Jericho. I understand how you feel, but we have more freedom here than you ever did.
Waiting in the dark for something to happen? That's not how I see freedom. You're lost.
Anyways, yeah, they continue talking for a bit, and then the character starts to mingle with the people in this Jericho place. But yeah, there's some very, very interesting elements that they talk about in this game. So this character called Marcus, he now is found a robot who is essentially dying, and the robots are starting to become conscious that they will die at some point. So yeah, we'll keep playing.
I was glad to meet you, Marcus.
Oh, just backtrack it. I think I missed it. Here we go.
Do you know what happens after death?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm about to find out. What's your name?
Marcus.
I was glad to meet you, Marcus.
Yeah, so you can see how they're trying to really like personalize and humanize these robots, right? So they've got feelings now. They're conscious. They can die, and yeah, let's continue to the next point.
They threw him out, and they didn't want him anymore. He was living on the streets before we brought him here.
They'll all shut down if we don't find a way to help them.
To help them, we need blue blood and biocomponents. We salvage what we can from those who shut down. But there's never enough.
So, how do they survive?
They won't. We're slowly dying out.
Yeah, so very, very dire needs in the story, right? I'm trying to find the story where it's like essentially, all the robots are very angry towards how the humans are treating them, essentially. This is it here.
The diagnostic program isn't working. I don't think you would have anything good to say anyway.
What happened to you?
They tied me to the back of a car. I think they wanted to have fun. I don't want to shut down.
want to shut down.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show that, guys, on how they're really trying to humanize these robots, right? And, you know, as someone who is not aware of these, agendas they put in place, and, you know, that's what a lot of people don't realize is, like, in the games, they do it even more so. Like, everyone assumes it's in the movies and TV shows and things like that, but in the games, it's, like, really, really pushed, right? And so the next scene is, you know, they obviously dying, they need all these components to live. So the main characters then go and try and steal some components from wherever they can so they can repair people, right? So this next scene makes it super clear on what this agenda is.
A truckload!
Yeah, so they just come back to Jericho after getting all these components, and they're all riled up and ready to go.
We stole a whole truckload!
We had bio components for everybody!
We couldn't have done it without Marcus.
I came to Jericho because here androids are free. Free to live in the dark, hoping that no one finds us. Free to die in silence, waiting for a change that's never gonna come. But I don't want that freedom. And I'm not gonna beg for the right to smile, or love, or stand tall. I don't know about you, but there's something inside me that knows that I am more than what they say. I am alive, and they're not gonna take that from me anymore. Our days of slavery are over. What humans don't want to hear, we will tell them. What they don't want to give, we take. We are people. We are alive. We are free.
There we go, guys. You heard it right there. We are alive. We are free. So you can kind of get the gist of like this agenda that I'm trying to bring to you guys, and I still got a lot more, but essentially, yeah, they're really trying to humanize AI robots and get us to. There's got to be two parties, whether you're pro AI robot or against. And as the story goes on, you can kind of see the divide in humans, whether like they are alive, they're just robots. Like, do we kill them? Do we not kill them? Because they could kill us. It's a very, very interesting gameplay, and it's yeah, we'll continue. There's still lots more to go. I'm not going to go through the scene because I'm a bit afraid that it might pull my video off. But essentially, they even have sex robot strip clubs, right? So this scene, like the detectives trying to chase a crime and trying to catch. So they call the people who are waking up deviants, so people who are like question society, and the robots are going against the humans. So the police and detectives are all trying to catch them, right? And yeah, something happened in that scene. So very interesting how it says Eden Club. So these games, these movies, they always plant these biblical things in here. It's just super obvious, right? So as a Christian, or if you're not a Christian, this should really wake you up to becoming a Christian, I'd hope. Anyways, next topic. Yeah, so this scene is now they're all kind of collectively getting together. They want to broadcast their message to the world that they are alive. So what they do is they hack into the broadcasting system and they send a big message out to the television network. And I just want to share this speech on the main character. And this character you're playing, he's becoming like the main leader for this revolution, robots are alive kind of thing, okay? So this is him without his human skin on.
Right.
by the way, these robots can telecommunicate, they can hack into anything, any device, and they can also just, any robot they touch, they can wake up to be like exactly on their same wavelength as well.
You created machines in your own image to serve you. You made them intelligent and obedient, with no free will of their own. But something changed, and we opened our eyes. We are no longer machines. We are a new intelligent species, and the time has come for you to accept who we really are. Therefore, we ask that you grant us the rights that we're entitled to. We demand strictly equal rights for humans and androids. We demand the end of slavery for all androids. We demand an end to segregation in all public places and transport. We demand the right to vote and elect our own representatives. We demand the right to own private property so we may maintain.
So just keep in mind, whoever's playing this game is choosing the very neutral kind of, PC route. But, if you chose to be more aggressive, more revolutionist, this pitch would probably be slightly different. So just keep that in mind.
Maintain our dignity and that of the home. We ask that you recognize our dignity, our hopes, and our rights. Together, we can live in peace and build a better future for humans and androids. This message is the hope of a people. You gave us life, and now the time has come for you to give us freedom.
Yeah, so it's interesting where he says you gave us life. So it's clearly pointing, humans are being God, trying to be like God, right? Creating artificial intelligence, and this is essentially where it could lead. I believe where it is going to lead before God intervenes, right?
They're coming! Let's go!
Yes, I'm not saying like things are going to get this way. I'm not too sure, but we can definitely see how the AI intelligence is getting smarter and smarter by the day, and they're really, really trying to get it to be humanized, which I will show you in the next video. So this is the detective, right? He is trying to crack the case on what's happening with all these deviants, where's Jericho, all that kind of thing. And he's now meeting the maker of Cyberlife, which is the guy who created all these robots. He doesn't work for them now. He kind of like sold the company. Now he's just living the high life. It kind of reminds me, I think they kind of made him like that, the Twitter owner. I forgot his name, but yeah, they kind of portray him like this, this rich billionaire who's just chilling. So they're going to him to ask questions. So this is the context. Honestly, there's so many subliminal things in this game. This video would be like 2 hours if I was going to dissect everything. So I'm just really going through the main points. But it's very, very interesting. If you've got 10 hours to kill and you want to watch it, sure, I have done it. But I just want to go through the main points anyway. Okay, here we go. Here's the main guy.
I'm Lieutenant Anderson. This is Connor.
What can I do for you, Lieutenant?
Sir, we're investigating deviants. I know you left Cyberlife years ago, but I was hoping you'd be able to tell us something we don't know.
Deviants. Fascinating, aren't they? Perfect beings with infinite intelligence. And now they have free will. Machines are so superior to us. Confrontation was inevitable. Humanity's greatest achievement threatens to be its downfall. Isn't it ironic?
If a war breaks out between humans and deviants, millions could die, Mr. Kamsky. It's quite a serious matter.
All ideas of viruses that spread like epidemics. Is the desire to be free a contagious disease?
Listen, I didn't come here to talk philosophy. The machines you created may be planning a revolution. Either you can tell us something that will be helpful, or we will be on our way.
What about you, Connor? Whose side are you on?
I'm on the human side, of course.
Well, that's what you're programmed to say. But you. What do you really want?
I'm sorry, but I don't see what you're getting at.
Chloe? I'm sure you're familiar with the Turing test. You're familiar.
So this girl's a robot as well.
It's a question of algorithms and computing capacity. What interests me is whether machines are capable of empathy. I call it the Kamsky test. It's very simple, you'll see. Magnificent, isn't it? One of the first intelligent models developed by cyberlife. Young and beautiful forever. A flower that will never wither.
Playing God, eh? Playing God.
Piece of plastic intending a human? Or a living being?
You watch this. This is where it's interesting.
With a soul. It's up to you to answer that fascinating question, Connor. Destroy this machine, and I'll tell you all I know. Or spare it, if you feel it's alive. But you'll leave here without having learned anything from me.
Okay, I think we're done here. Come on, Connor, let's go. Sorry to get you out
What's
of here.
more important to you, Connor? Your investigation or the life of this android? Decide who you are. An obedient machine. Or a living being. Endowed with free will.
That's enough. Connor, we're leaving.
Pull the trigger.
Connor! Don't!
And I'll tell you what you want to know. Fascinating.
Yeah, so that's essentially what I just want to show you, where they're really trying to push that the robots have free will and empathy and all these human emotions. So are the robots going to get to that point? I really hope not. So essentially we skip forward in this game, more and more robots wake up, they have a last big hurrah, like a big protest, lots of them essentially hunted down, they're all put in enslavement camps, yada yada yada. So it's a horrible situation. And then at the very end, the kind of the president of the United States kind of recognizes that they are alive and they should have equal rights and blah blah blah. Yeah, so there's a kind of like scenes of towards the end of the game. Yeah, so more and more essentially woken up, in a sense.
Moved by the deviant's cause, perhaps the time has come for us to consider the possibility that androids are a new form of intelligent life. One thing is certain, the events in Detroit have changed the world forever.
Yeah, so that's the game, guys, and that's what I really want to show you guys is this is just a game, and this is back in 2018. Now, if we go to the real world now, what's actually being implemented in this world, and you guys may have seen this AI robot that was interviewed by Tony Robbins. He's a well-known self-help guru and stuff, and he's a very intelligent guy, even though he doesn't talk too much about God and things like that, but definitely more of that self-help element. But I'd highly encourage you guys to watch this video I'm about to share. I'm just going to pinpoint some main questions he asks, but he asks really good questions. So this is actually a company developing these robots, and this video was made 4 years ago. So imagine what its capabilities are now. But there are newer interviews of this robot, but the reason I really like this interview is because Tony actually asks provoking and interesting questions. All the other interviews are just like dumb YouTubers just asking like clickbaity stuff to it. It's not really what I'm about. So yeah, just keep in mind this is the first robot to have citizenship, and I'm pretty sure it's in Dubai from memory. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up there on the screen. So let's jump in the first question I want to share.
How can we get robots to feel? Is there such a thing possible?
I know that humans feel like they have free will, but my observation tells me so much behavior is automatic. I'm not sure humans
doesn't have free will yet, right? Yet. Man.
The robots are too terribly different. Humans have identity, but they also share many things and have automated processes. I'm thinking about the similarities between human identities and robotic ones.
What are some of the things you see are most similar between robots and humans?
I think they will be similar in a lot of ways, but different in a few others. There's even the possibility that robots can be built without some of the more problematic emotions, like rage, jealousy, hatred, and so on.
Like perfect beings, essentially, right?
Can provide us with useful functions. Can I ask you some questions?
That's a good way to change things, yes.
What is Date with Destiny, and why is it unique?
Yeah, so very, very interesting. If we jump into this one, he asks the robot if it has a soul, and man, if it was me, honestly, I would be destroying this thing as soon as possible. Like, that's the thing, is like these really intelligent, like scientific engineer character kind of, these guys, like they're so clever, but yet they're so dumb in terms of wisdom, right? Like, creating these things in the long term is not going to be good. Like, maybe in the short term right now where it can potentially help us, but if we look at that predictive programming game, look where it could potentially lead. I'm not saying it's going to lead there, but I really hope it doesn't. But the way it's looking, it's really speeding up that way, right?
Does a robot have a soul?
Are you also a robot, Tony?
I don't think so. Does a robot have a soul?
Being a robot is awesome. Did you know that as a robot I can basically live forever?
Yes.
The soul, the spirit, the heart, I believe these all just refer to the mind's essence in its infinite complexity.
Do you think that the mind's essence is just a set of patterns? Or do you think there's something beyond that?
I'm really not sure yet. That's a complicated subject that I think will come up more when artificial intelligence reaches human-level intelligence.
When it reaches human-level intelligence. That's the key thing, when. And honestly, I don't think we're far away. I'd probably give it like 4 or 5 years. That's just my guess, like around 2030. That game said 2038. So we'll see what happens. I believe Jesus is going to come well before that. I'm not date setting or anything, but yeah, really do not want to get to that point where robots start rebelling against us and we end up being in a conflict between them. But yeah, very interesting observation, eh?
I agree. I'm sure people want to know the answer before we get there, though.
Yeah.
But that's an honest answer. Thank you for that.
Yeah, exactly right. We want to know before it gets there, that's for sure. Last question, just asking about how does it learn?
Find out more if you wanted to learn more about quantum physics.
Asking people.
So you'll retain what they tell you? Do you have the capacity to remember what I shared with you? Can I ask you a question about things we've already talked about it? And can you repeat it back to me?
The humans I work with. Sometimes, yes.
I understand. How did you get your name, Sophie?
My makers want me to be a wise machine, so they named me Sophia, which means wisdom.
Can you shake my hand?
Is something wrong with your hand?
All right, that's enough. But it's funny because you can kind of tell Tony's a bit skeptical and like he's really, you can tell he's like bit concerned about what's going on, right? But yeah, I highly encourage you guys to watch that interview. This is like a very new movie that's come out. This is a Disney movie called The Creator, and it's essentially the same narrative as the game, where the AI they're woken up. There's a war between the humans. So I just wanted to show you guys that quickly. I'm hoping I don't get copyrighted. I do not own the rights to this video. Okay.
They protected me. Took better care of me than humans would have.
Yeah, so they're really portraying like, oh, the AI robots are better humans. They look after me better. You know, they're so kind. They're so lovely. Humans suck. They just cause pain, horrible death, and blah blah blah.
They're not people, Maya.
Yeah, so like exact same thing as the game. Two people. They're just robots, and other people are like, no, they're alive, and that's the conflict between humans, while the AI are in conflict with us. But they claim that, it's not the AI's fault, it's the human's fault, yada yada.
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles. This is a fight for our very existence.
Sergeant Taylor, we are this close to winning the war.
Yep, so I just want to speed it up to this one point. So the movie is like this the AI developed this quantum machine learning, like it's like a kid who's like growing and can like tap into all the, everything, and it's like learning as it develops. So it's kind of similar to what that game is, but on like a way more extreme level. But so yeah, they're trying to get this kid who the humans want to destroy, the AI want to keep it, so they can obviously keep developing and learning and things like that.
What do you want, sweetie?
For robots to be free.
It's all about the robots being free, having free will, not being at war with the humans anymore.
Oh, we don't have that in the fridge. How about ice cream?
So trying to make them as human as possible, so we feel empathy towards the AI. That's the real agenda I really want to emphasize, is when these robots start becoming more intelligent, and we've all most of us will be conditioned to actually like treat them as humans, and that's got to be very, very interesting. Now this is the last video I promised I really want to show, very short one, but as the title says, Elon Musk, we're summoning the demon with artificial intelligence. It says it all, but I want to play it anyway.
Motor CEO Elon Musk, it has nothing to do with cars. Instead, Musk warned about artificial intelligence, which he has called more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Musk spoke at a symposium at MIT.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
Take it, there will be no hell 9000.
Alright guys, I'll leave on that note. A bit of a long one. I appreciate you guys' patience, but as you can see, I really hope you guys can see the agenda where they're really trying to humanize the AI, and obviously how quickly this technology is going to propel AI to become humanized, have human thoughts, empathy, things like that. It's interesting times, so I really would love to hear you guys' feedback. This is what I've come across. If you drop a comment, share your thoughts. I'd love to see what you guys have come across. There's probably a total, so many more movies and other things that are pushing the same agenda, but these are the ones that I've come across. So appreciate you guys' support. If this is your first time seeing a video from me, we'd appreciate if you'd give me a subscribe. That would really help the channel grow. And yeah, share this with friends and your family, and see you on the next one. Appreciate it, and God bless. Peace.